Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do the alternate lock-off, or the hard lock-off number 2. I'd like to thank Todd Rentchler from Werks for showing me this. I hadn't thought of it when I was working out all the instructions for this. Actually, I like it better than my hard lock-off. So just like the other videos, I'm going to run you through how to do it kind of quickly up here, and then I'll go to the ground and give you a little more detail. So first thing you're going to do, just like all the lock-offs, use all 3 tail holes to get a lot of friction. That makes it really easy to maintain control of. You're going to wrap under the tail, not over. I'll show you more of that in just a moment. Under the tail. So you're coming up behind the device, then you're going to go down and put that rope back into tail hole number 1, and this will work with double ropes. It's a little more effort, but it works. And then you're going to come back under the tail again. So you'll be back this way. Use your non-brake hand, maintain control. With your brake hand, form a bite in your brake strand and push it through the back of the throat of the squirrel toward you. Comes out into the front, pull that tight. This becomes your braking at the moment. What you're going to want to end up with is the brake strand leaving on the top of that bite that you formed there, not the bottom. With it in that configuration, spin it up. This is for right-handed use, but for left-handed use, same thing. You'll just take the bottom strand and fold it up. Then you'll take that loop and put it over the tail and cinch it down, and you're locked off. So you can hang there, you can do this weighted, unweighted, doesn't matter, move around, you're completely locked. When you're ready to continue rappelling, take the brake strand and push it to give yourself a little slack, maintain control of things, take that loop off the tail, and then when you're ready to take this bite out, do just like the other methods, go ahead and make that loop small and snap it all the way out. Once it's snapped out, then just simply unwind what you wound up in doing this. So you'll come out. Now I'm back into all 3 friction tail holes, and if I want to rappel and that's enough for me, that's fine. If not, you just reduce to whatever friction level works well for you. Okay, so a little more detail on what's going on there. When you wrap down, you'll take and put all 3 friction holes, engage them, 1, 2, 3. That gives you control of the situation with very little effort. Then you're going to take and wrap the brake strand under the squirrel and up to the back. You don't want to go over the tail in the other direction. See how that wants to pop it right out of that 3rd tail hole? You want to wrap it down into the back of the tail and back up again. Once that's wrapped that way, then you go back into hole number 1, and you can, again, get double ropes down in this area. It doesn't have to be locked all the way in, but you want it stitched under the ear and above the tail there, and then go around the tail again, back up to the back. So you've went 1 1/2 turns around the tail. Maintain control of the brake strand with your non-brake hand. Take your brake hand, form bite, put that into the throat of the squirrel from the back toward you, and then pull it tight. So you'll have a bite coming through, and that's what you're holding on to not move. At this point, you're not going to be moving anywhere. That's a pretty secure lock-off, but always keep control of this. So with that configuration, you're going to want the brake strand on the top. See how it's on the top there? There's my brake strand. The one going back to the squirrel's on the bottom. Roll that forward so that the bottom strand goes over the top, and put that loop over the tail. Cinch it down, again placing it back in under the ear. Cinch it tight, you're locked. What you'll notice is this brake strand is trapped by a strand in the squirrel. It doesn't move around in the throat freely. That's what you want. If you twist the wrong direction, or don't twist it at all when you make this loop, what you'll end up with, you'll put the loop over the tail and you'll cinch it tight, and what you'll find is this brake strand can just move freely about the throat. See what's going on there? That you want to avoid. That can cause things to kind of work their way undone and come loose on you. So if you can't remember which way to twist the rope, just remember that when you're done and it's all cinched off, you want that brake strand trapped under a loop inside of there. So yeah, it's quick, simple, works really well. For releasing, you'll take the brake strand, you'll push it out to give yourself some slack, take that loop, now you're back to this, maintain control of it and get that loop small. Get your hand close to the squirrel and snap it all the way out. Once it's snapped all the way out, You can go ahead and move your hands up closer to the squirrel and just start unwrapping what you did wrap and continue going. So that's your hard lock off number 2.